Hello my fellow War and Order players and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk a little bit about the chemistry that we have going on in the realm. And since it's Saturday we just had a crown war and as you can see the Champions Club won it. They currently have the number 1 in battle power and the 6 biggest castles are with them. 50 million in battle power below that you got the Battle B Squad BBS and closely following that is SRH Slaughterhouse. It's the alliance I am in. A little bit about me. If you look at my equipment, you see I am going for an infantry mage setup, but I will talk a little bit about that later. To bet about the level 15 shoes, I got it for gathering, because nothing really helps for infantry and mages. Till a week ago, we were actually number 2 in battle power with SRH. We were also sharing crown with TCC, but since the relationship wasn't really going anywhere, they decided to end it. So little throwback to last week when we actually fought for Crown War. Gonna be real with you, the numbers that we had are not that impressive. Both alliances were fighting with a 2-day notice. In our Crown War chat we had 45 people saying they showed up. I think only 30 ported and then only 20 something were able to actually attempt the speed attack that we attempted. Too bad for us, TCC actually brought more than their usual 6 castles. After we lost this fight, we decided it was not worth throwing all of our troops in this because obviously we have a lot more going on, especially with the Fortress Wars coming these days. We got Elite Wars that we want to play, and it's just not worth zeroing yourself. I only lost 38k. I didn't have a buffed army. Some people lost somewhere in the 40s, but I just don't have any troops that I can send. Like, I have a perfect size march that fits what I have right now. It's about like 170k. And when I say buffed, I mean using a troop expansion. So looking into the battle one more time, as you can see, we show up with a little more like 11 versus 4, and we were still not favored. Uh, the reinforcements are coming in hard, and as you can see, the battle bar hasn't ever really been in our favor at all. So hats off to those strong castles in the Champions Club and getting 18 people to speed reinforce. Good job, you deserve the crown. That was that. Switching back to the present, and as you can see, we got an elite war with the number 2 in our realm tomorrow. They have a little bit more battle power than we do, but we have some higher castles. It is pretty equal, but we'll see how those things go. They have a great reputation for having great activity in events, but so do we, and I don't think we can beat them by conquering their main castle. I think it's gonna come down on the amount of castles that you possess in the last minute. I am going to be uploading videos on the same days from now on. I'm going to be uploading Saturday night European time, and I am going to be uploading on Wednesdays. And if something ever happens, it might be like a Thursday, like a little work thing comes up or whatever. But I'm going to try and stick to those same days. And outside of those 2 days, I'm always going to be trying and upload an attack of the day. I haven't been getting a lot of submissions yet, so it has been a lot of the same players, and of course, including myself. So if you're watching and you have a great SOS or an attack, feel free to send it to me online. It's at Zulufoxx with 2 X's. I'm gonna put the name in the description of this video. The hive that we had before was our own hive, and I'm just looking at the Champions Club hive right now. As you can see, all the alliances here, they have a lot of farms. There's a lot of big players here, so all these big castles need to be fed. I'm just gonna assume that every one of these players has watched my farming tutorial. It just shows how you get to a castle 15 in 11 days and 10 hours. And if you haven't seen it, make sure you watch Road to 15 because it can show you a lot of benefits. I'm currently doing a lot of research with one of my friends about the amount of resources things take, plus the amount of time that things take, and I'm just learning a lot of things myself on the way. I'm also watching other YouTubers, and they teach me so much, but most of them are at such a high level that I can't relate yet. So I'm just trying to make videos from my experience, what I've learned so far, being a little smaller player. The advantage of me being at this level is that I experienced the problems in real time. If you're close to getting to level 30, if you are at level 30 trying to grow, or even if you have a level 16, 19, 22, everything that you have to focus on is still fresh in my mind. And I'll just wait till the first questions come in about things that you want me to make videos about. Until then, I'll just make videos of what I think is useful, but I'm always open to suggestions. While we're watching this video from Elite Wars, I just want to talk about the realm a little bit more. End of last year, my alliance was actually the #1 in battle power, and we used to win all the crown wars. We were 1 week into the new year when two of our deputies got into an argument. It got so heated that one left to go to our enemy alliance, the Champions Club, and the other deputy decided to leave to his farm alliance for a little bit. These guys were our second and third biggest castle, and the guy that was the second biggest castle went to the Champions Club. After they left, three more people decided to follow the #2 player. One has a castle level 30 now, and one has a level 26. After this, we were no longer the #1 in battle power, and people started to get insecure, especially the lower castles, and people started jumping ship even more. We thought we were going to merge with another smaller alliance, but they decided to go to BBS, the current #2. TCC and SRH are talking about a possible merger to make a super alliance. Negotiations don't go well because SRH generally doesn't want it, and our biggest player decides to leave and join TCC, hoping that more will follow. Two of them do. Our #3 castle comes back, but he's demoted to R2. Meanwhile, yours truly, the Zulufoxx, is promoted to R4. We fight a lot with TCC, and with fighting, I mean, they basically attack us 5 times a day, like their biggest castles. They just use SOS, so they don't really lose anything. And anyone who is over cap will probably get some losses, and if you reinforce and you're by yourself, you are going to be healing for 4 days. But in return, they don't jump alliances, so it is easy for us to just hit their farms. And the same goes for BBS. It's currently a kill event, and I probably have gathered more than 300 million resources already from theirs. Now, I still got some hope up that one day we will have a merger with TCC, but there is some deputies on both sides that really hate each other, so it's not gonna happen anytime soon. I think I have heard players say on multiple sites that if it does happen, they are going to quit. I don't know if it's like a bluff or it's actually gonna happen, but in a lot of mergers, things don't go smooth anyways. If you have any experience with a merger, let me know in the comment section. But that's enough about the realm for a little bit. Let's focus on this elite war. Like, we were trying to get to their main castle. It didn't go well. I know they were higher in battle power, but we were having higher castle levels. And we were trying to lock their main castle off, but unfortunately this is one of the maps that has 5 entrances to their main castle. And what you normally can do is, if it's 3 castles, you can try to lock it off. And whenever they try to get out, you just reinforce heavily to there. And if they go on an all-out attack, you can even launch at their main castle. But yeah, every time that we get at the other side, we already had like 1 or 2 battles, so we are already damaged, and then we still have to fight their whole army that is inside and fully healed, and it's not going to go well for us in this one. My castle just actually joined in the 16th minute. I was at the airport checking in a dog and my bags. I had to go through security, so unfortunately I couldn't even send my troops to play because I was dealing with that business. They seem to be doing fine without me. We got a great command, so shout out to Sherman. But I wasn't too worried about this Elite Wars because we seem to be winning most of the battles, and we have the center locked off nicely, and we are putting some strong castles on the flank, and if they go for an attack on the center, we just keep reinforcing it and win back the castles. Like, they try to flank us quite a lot. Go get some of our castles that is in the beginning for us. But something to definitely keep an eye on is the battle timer. And what I mean by that is that you don't want to be surprised that you are gonna be hit a lot in this time, 6 minutes before the end, because they are just trying to weaken you and weaken you. and hopefully for them, by the time that you actually approach the 1 minute mark, that they are going to be able and defeat you, which sucks because you were stronger for most of the Elite Wars, and they got what they wanted. They just worn you out so much that you're gonna lose. So what you want to do is do that recall, go to the main castle, fill your army that you are ready for that last minute. It's the most important one. You are going to want a full healthy army. So no real threat to Castle 6 there where I was in, so I went over to 9 and I scouted it. There were only 2 people there, so I actually end up winning that battle just in case we lose one that we didn't expect, and we got that total victory. So yeah, now you know a little bit about what's going on in the realm, and from now on, if I'm making a video, you know a little bit what I'll be talking about. Hey, thank you all for watching, and have an amazing weekend. See ya!